Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Hopkins County deputies were searching for Scott Arthur Gorton, age 53, to serve a warrant for violation of probation for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, over 1 gram and less than 4 grams. In the process of their search, things became complicated when Jana Marie Kirtley, age 50, attempted to hinder his apprehension. She was in possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, under 1 gram. She resisted arrest and she tampered with physical evidence with intent to impair. When deputies arrived at the County Road 2308 residence, Kirtley said Gorton had won the lottery and left with another woman. However, the door to the camper was open and inside were men's boots and shoes as well as clothing for men. Kirtley attempted to stop deputies from entering the camper and continued to fight with them even during and after her arrest. Gorton was found on the same property working on a Jeep in the woods. When the warrant was served, it was found that Gorton had a freshly loaded methamphetamine pipe and a pink plastic bag containing suspected methamphetamine. At Hopkins County Jail, it was found that Kirtley had slipped her hand out of the handcuff, and 2 plastic baggies containing a crystal-like substance thought to be methamphetamine were found in the back seat of the patrol car. Kirtley, who also uses the name Jana Marie Gorton, is in Hopkins County Jail. She's in jail for hindering apprehension of a known felon, her bond set at $20,000. For tampering, fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair, the bond for that $20,000. For resisting arrest, search, or transport, her bond for that $2,000. And for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, under 1 gram, her bond for that $5,000. Gorton was not only placed in Hopkins County Jail for the violation of probation for the possession of controlled substance previously, he was also found, as we said, to have under 1 gram in his possession at time of his arrest. Therefore, that charge was added. And it was found he was also wanted on a Class C warrant with the City of Sulphur Springs for failure to maintain financial responsibility. A second special meeting of the Sulphur Springs City Council to conduct a public hearing for the proposed tax increase is set for noon Tuesday. During the special session, the council will also approve an addendum to the Garver Engineering contract. The engineering firm will plan the rebuild of the city's wastewater treatment plant. The council will meet in the City Hall Council Room, 201 North Davis Street. Last Friday, the council considered the first public hearing of the proposed tax increase. No one from the public was there. An interlocal agreement with Rockwall County that will house some of that county's inmates in Hopkins County Jail was approved by the Hopkins County Commissioners Court Monday. The contract calls for Rockwall County to pay $45 per day per inmate, provide any medical expense for their inmates, and also provide transportation to and from Hopkins County. Here's Don Julian with sports.
After a scrimmage against Liberty Ilo, which saw the Wildcats score 4 times against the highly rated Class 4A team, and with the Wildcats' season opener coming up Friday night at 7:30 at Gerald Prim Stadium against Sherman, Wildcats offensive coordinator Matt Young says he's pleased where his offense is right now. He adds, obviously, there are still a lot of things to improve on. Coach Young says it was good to see the offense scrimmage a quality opponent like LE. He says they are fast and physical as anyone the Wildcats may see this year. Coach Young says when the team scored points last Friday, they had to execute and do things right. When they didn't, they ended up punting. He says some 20 to 25 players can end up helping out on offense. Coach Young says quarterback Ryan Humphreys made a couple of good plays out of the pocket. Receiver Simeon Taylor did a good job of catching the ball. He had 3 TD grabs and another catch that set up a score. Coach Young says he was pleased with the running backs, Jalen Hawkins, Lawrence Worth, who scored a touchdown, Cern Rogers, and also Kason Goodson. Coach Young also said that he found some depth in the offensive line for the 5 starters. Coach Young says the strength of the Sherman defense is their big defensive line, so that should set up quite a battle up front. since Coach Young says the Wildcats may be bigger in the offensive line than at any time that he's been here. The middle three of that offensive line, the starters, go 315, 280, and 320, with tackles adding 240 and 230. Wildcats defensive coordinator Tristan Abram was not real pleased with his team scrimmage against Liberty Ilo Friday at Prem Stadium. He said some of his younger players were wide-eyed at the beginning, and their mistakes led to Leopards' touchdowns. Coach Abram was more pleased with the play of some of his veteran players. He was told that of the 7 LE touchdowns in the scrimmage, only 2 came against his veteran defense. Coach Abrams said one positive so far is that all of the Wildcats' defensive scheme has been introduced to the players. He also called the Leopards an unbelievably athletic team. Concerning the Sherman offense the Wildcats' defense will face Friday night, Coach Abrams said that he's not real sure what to expect. After all, the Bearcats have a new head coach, J.D. Martinez, former offensive coordinator at Flower Mound Marcus. And Coach Martinez has brought along a new offensive coordinator and a whole new staff. The Wildcats did watch the scrimmage that Sherman had at Kennedale, and they have a video of it. Coach Abrams said Sherman has a large running back, a 3-year starter at quarterback, and receivers who do a pretty good job of catching the ball. He said Sherman would present a challenge for the Wildcats' defense. And finally, the Lady Cats volleyball team made it all the way to a championship final in a Wills Point tournament this past weekend before suffering their first loss in that tournament. They finished second in a 16-team field. The Lady Cats dropped the final match Saturday 11-25, 20-25, and 10-25 to Forney. On Friday, the Lady Cats had defeated Van, Lone Oak, and Kaufman in pool play. And then earlier on Saturday, the Lady Cats topped Texas High 2-1 and Wills Point 2-0, and that set up that finale against Forney. The Lady Cats are now 12-5 for the season, with 2 of their losses to those Lady Jackrabbits. Lady Cats coach Justin Manis said that he was very pleased with how his team performed during the weekend. On Saturday in Kills, Kaylee Jefferson had 25 and Autumn Tanton 22, and Tori Moore had 65 assists. In Diggs, Kaylee Jefferson had 34, Andon Hammock 21, and Maggie McGlamory had 19. The Lady Cats play next at home Tuesday night at 6 against Mount Vernon.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.